come in? Yes, what is it?
Miss Burton?
Oh. Good morning. You're quite a stranger.
I'm sorry if I startled you. There was nobody to announce me.
I'm sorry. Won't you sit down? How are you?
Well enough. I couldn't come to the last governor's meeting.
No, so I understood.
But I've just read the minutes. And I see that you've managed to persuade the board to promise you new buildings if the housing scheme goes through.
I shall need them.
Well, it's perfectly ridiculous. Who's going to pay for them?
The Board of Education and the ratepayers.
Ah, the ratepayers. Ah, yes. Because the rates have gone up, you think you can get anything you ask for.
Look, I'm only asking what is perfectly reasonable. Do you understand? I hope to double the numbers at this school, and I think I now stand a chance of being able to do that.
Since the elections, you mean?
Yes, the new kind of council seems quite sensible.
I suppose you think that since I've been knocked off the council, I intend to retire from all public work. Well, you're wrong.
Well, I really hadn't thought about that.
You're very thick with Snaith and Astell just now. Perhaps you don't know that they've been organising one of the worst pieces of corruption ever seen in this district.
Yes, I know that's what you've been saying, but it isn't proved.
Naturally, you stick up for your friends.
Naturally, once I know who they are.
Are you hoping that I shall retire from the school board as well?
Really, Mr. Khan, I've got more to do with my time than to spend it wondering about your plans.
Well, then I'd better tell you what they are. I intend to stay as long as possible. I shall expose your charming friends and do my utmost to curb your mad extravagance.
Then you'll make an even bigger fool of yourself than you have already. You think you can stop progress and reason. You can't, any more than you can make the moon stand still.
Well, what makes you think your ways are progressive?
Because I know what I'm doing.
Do you?
I must say, I don't understand, if that's what you think about me, why you let me have your daughter at my school. And I'll tell you, it's no privilege to have her here. She is, without exception, one of the most tiresome, hysterical, bad-mannered, unwholesome children I've ever had to deal with, and I would be delighted if you'd take her away.
You are asking me to remove my daughter?
Nothing would give me greater pleasure. You may think that you bestow a great honor on this school by allowing her to stay here, but I can assure you we can do very well without her, and without her father on the board.
That matter hardly rests in your choice.
I must say, I love your idea of a governor's behavior. You come bounding in here like some bucolic dictator and expect me to sit down under your denunciations, and what's more, you've got a ladybird crawling up your collar.
Damn and blast you, woman!
Miss Teasdale.
Oh, Miss Teasdale, you're here. You found your way all right. I'm so glad. This is one of our governors, Mr. Khan of Maythorpe.
Mr. Khan? One of your local problems?
One of my local problems.
Hello, Robert. Where are you off to?
Oh, hello. Home.
Is Jack Nichols in?
Yes, he's in. He'll be free in a minute.
I wanted to have a word with him. Them are going up to the high school. They've got an inspector in there today.
Oh, I know. I saw her.
Oh, when did you see her?
About an hour ago.
What were you doing up there this morning?
Well, I was having a grand row with Sarah Burton. My word, she's got a temper, hasn't she?
I mean, you have. Whatever were you quarrelling about?
Well, it all started with the new buildings you and the others were rash enough to promise her when my back was turned.
Really, Robert? Why pick a quarrel with her?
I suppose I needed one. Anyway, she lost her temper and practically asked me to take Midge away from the school.
Robert, this is not serious.
No, not on my part.
Well, I must tell her so.
If you like. Give her my love. Tell her she's a grand lass. I haven't quarrelled with a woman for years. Yes, not now.
Miss Burton's still talking to the inspector, Mrs. Beddoes.
Oh, well, I won't disturb them then. Would you mention that I looked in, Miss Vane, and say that I'll call back again later? Thank you.
Ah, Astor. Have I kept you waiting? Good of you to come. I hope it wasn't a trouble.
On the contrary, it suited me very well.
Give me a coat and have some tea. It's cold out. Oh, you have eaten, have you?
I've had something, thank you. Is Khan still going on with his idiotic charges?
Oh, do sit down. It looks like it.
It hasn't got a leg to stand on.
No.
It'll ruin him.
More than likely. You know, some men like their port or brandy in an evening, and in fact I'm not averse myself at times, despite the tendency of my Wesleyan brethren to see the devil himself in every sip, but tea. Now what could be more refreshing and yet leave the mind clear and unfuddled? Oh, my dear Phil, I'm imposing my preferences on you. If you'd like something stronger, by all means.
No. Tea will be fine.